సార్ 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 సార్
Members of the audience and the graduating students are requested to occupy their allotted seats. Please switch off your mobile phones. Please maintain the decency and the decorum during the proceedings of the convocation. Please make sure not to move around during the convocation. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. While the academic procession enters the convocation hall, the candidates, invited guests, and the visitors shall remain standing. Please maintain the decorum and decency. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. Please maintain the decorum and decency during the proceedings. Polling charges are requested to ensure that students are sitting silently. While the academic procession enters the convocation hall, the candidates, invited guests, and the visitors shall remain standing. until the members of the procession take their allotted seats on the dais. Please refrain from walking out of the auditorium during the convocation. Members in the audience and the graduating students are requested to occupy their allotted seats. Kindly switch off your mobile phones. The students shall take the staircase from the left and alight by the staircase from the right. The university expects its graduating students to uphold the highest morals and ethical standards. Please refrain from Invocation, Vande Mataram.
वन्दे मातरं सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां सस्यश्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रजोत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमिता द्रुमधलशोभिनी मधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं. Thank you.
Annual report by Professor Jaishankar Warrior.
Thank you, Chancellor, sir. Good morning. Esteemed Chief Guest, Professor Sarit Das, Institute Professor, IIT Madras, and V. Balakrishnan, Chair Professor, Honorable President of GITAM, Sri M. Sri Bharat, Honorable Vice President, Professor Gangadhar Rao, Secretary, Sri M. Bharadwaj, Vice Chancellor, Professor Dayananda Siddhavatam, Honorable members of the governing body and the Board of Management, respected Pro-Vice Chancellors, Deans, Heads of Institutes, Functional Directors, Registrar, Heads of Departments, Faculty, Staff and Students, dear graduate students and respected parents, distinguished invitees, press and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to everybody and a warm welcome to the 13th Convocation of GITAM University at Bengaluru campus. We are glad to have with us one of the most eminent academicians, Professor Sarit Das, Institute Professor, IIT Madras. We are indeed grateful to you, sir, for your consent as the chief guest and to deliver the convocation address. The difficult circumstances in 21-22 have kept us from pursuing our educational goals with the fullest rigor and sticking to our academic schedules. During the year, the university adopted an offline mode of teaching and learning, conducting classes in face-to-face interactions for all the courses where practicable, keeping the directions of the regulators and the various governments. The university spent about 15 crores on faculty training during the current year and introduced blended learning for students on various modules. The semester end exams were conducted offline and the results declared on time. Today we have convened at this convocation to graduate students in various academic programs. In 21-22, a total of 5,193 students have graduated. 3167 from Visakhapatnam, 1450 from Hyderabad, and 576 from Bengaluru. They are in bachelor's, master's from various disciplines. In addition, 98 research students were awarded PhDs. Additionally, 55 students were awarded gold medals for their exemplary performance in various disciplines. At Bengaluru today, we are honoring 6 such students. Since GITAM's inception in 1980-81, more than 66,000 students have graduated with various degrees in various disciplines. In addition to these, 758 research students have been awarded PhD degrees. We have sent our graduates in the world to excel and distinguish themselves in various professional fields and public life. The graduates of the 13th Convocation now stand at the threshold of embarking on careers of distinction and purpose. The parents have supported them every step of their journey through in GITAM. The university owes his parents and students gratitude, and we congratulate the parents. On this happy occasion, I wish to present a brief report of the university activities during the year 21-22. GITAM, Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management, was founded and established in 1980 by a group of eminent intellectuals and industrialists of Andhra Pradesh under the leadership of Dr. MBVS Murthy to promote high-quality education in the fields of engineering, sciences, management, pharmacy, law, medicine, etc. The UGC's declaration of GITAM as a deemed to be university in August 2007 stands testimony to its quality and potential. Subsequently, GITAM Hyderabad campus was started in 2009, followed by the Bengaluru campus in 2012, and the Jimsar campus in 2015. In the last 15 years, we are proud to say this university has been following the path of the founding vision. The core purpose of this university is to be a national and international pioneer in higher education. NAC has accredited the university with A+, that's 3.53 out of 4, for 5 years from a period 28th March 2017 to 27th March 2022. We are currently undergoing the third cycle of accreditation. The university has submitted the IIQA and the SSR reports to the NAC for assessment as required. The UGC accorded 12B status to GITAM, permitting financial assistance for research projects from the UGC. UGC classified GITAM as a Category 1 deemed to be university and granted graded autonomy in the year 2018. The university consists of 4 campuses, 2 campuses at Visakhapatnam and 1 each at Hyderabad and Bengaluru, 14 faculties, 76 academic departments, and more than 200 programs in UG, PG, and doctoral levels in diverse disciplines, and also has 17 research centers. The university currently has over 23,500 regular students and 2,180 research scholars, and more than 32,000 students who pursue distance mode education from various parts of the country. We are endowed with more than 1,470 faculty, well qualified and committed. To ensure that GITAM maintains the highest academic standards of teaching, learning, and research, we strive to maintain at least a 1:15 faculty-student ratio across all programs. The university continues to introduce new programs at bachelor's and master's level. During the year, 2 UG programs, undergraduate programs, Bachelor of Physiotherapy and BCom Business Process Management were introduced, and 15 postgraduate programs, 1 MBA program in Healthcare and Hospital Management, and 14 programs in MD, MS in the medical school. In addition, the university has collaborated with industry to start skill development programs in BSc, which has been sponsored by Pfizer India Limited, and a 4-year Bachelor of Clinical Optometry sponsored by the LV Prasad Eye Institute. The university has registered steady growth in its research activities this year. Currently, 25 externally funded projects are going on, and in the year 21-22, 17 research projects were sanctioned worth 5.25 crores from various granting agencies, including DST, UGC, ICMR, HABRI, British Council. Faculty have undertaken 9 consultancy projects worth 27 lakhs. To give further impetus to research, the university provides a GITAM seed grant to its young faculty. During the year, 79 research projects were sanctioned and 1.5 crores were dispersed. In 21-22, the faculty of GITAM published over 1,500 research papers in reputed national and international journals. The faculty were granted 21 patents for their inventions. We aim to develop a research faculty dedicated to path-breaking research. The university organizes several quality enhancement programs for its faculty and reaches out to working professionals from both academia and industry to cater to competency development and training requirements. During the year, 16 faculty development programs and quality improvement programs were conducted, sponsored by various bodies, including AICTE, DST, MSME, and also Dr. Reddy's Lab and Aurobindo Pharma. These were conducted on the campus with 1,500 participants from across disciplines and industries, organizations, and institutions. In addition, the university has conducted more than 100 webinars, including 12 international seminars, 53 workshops, and 20 MDPs. GITAM assigns significant values to its relationship with various international partners. Over the year, the university has steadily built up a reputation for education, research, and student exchange, both in India and abroad. In 21-22, 130 international students registered for bachelor's and master's programs. During the year, GITAM has signed MOUs with 4 foreign universities, the University of Nottingham, Swinburne University of Technology, Aston University, and Elon University. It's with great pride that we share that GITAM alumni have been placed in key positions in government, administration, industry, and research organizations across the globe. GITAM has instituted the Best Alumnus Award to be conferred to an outstanding alumnus every year. During the year, the Directorate of External Affairs organized an online alumni reunion meeting for various batches of the university. GITAM provides scholarships to students which are assessed, which give fee concessions worth 30 crores at admission through the GAT, JEE Main, the AP and Telangana engineering ranks. The fee concessions will be extended till the completion of the course based on their academic performance. During the year 21-22, 1824 scholarships were offered worth 18 crores. The Central Library is housed in a 5-storied building which is centrally air-conditioned and has state-of-the-art facilities. It holds over 2.5 lakh volumes, including textbooks, references, e-books, periodicals, journals, and e-journals. 3 crores was spent last year for learning resources, and the KRC has signed an MOU with InfilibNet for Shodh Ganga. So 700 PhD theses awarded by GITAM are now deposited in Shodh Ganga and is now available to the entire scholarly community. The Center for Advanced Technology Solutions has developed the required technical support and has offered various IT-related services to assist both the faculty and the students. During the year, 336 faculty members have joined us, including 17 professors, 34 associate professors, and 258 assistant professors. Apart from the educational and research pursuits, the faculty of the university meet national and global obligations in diverse ways. Many of them have accepted membership in various committees and editorship of journals. They also review manuscripts for publications. GITAM is proud that our faculty have received recognition in the form of many awards and distinctions. The students and faculty members organize several outreach programs, social outreach programs, through special camps in adopted villages, cleanliness camps under Swachh Bharat, relief activities during natural calamities, COVID vaccination awareness camps, and campaigns against drug abuse and food adulteration, to name a few. The university's NSS unit has been awarded the Best NSS Unit by the State of Higher Education Government of Andhra Pradesh for outstanding NSS activities carried out in the year 21-22. We were awarded 12 lakhs funding by the state government. The NCC wing of the university is active, and GITAM is one of the few institutions to have an NSS girl wing which is active. 20 students were presented with medals and awards for their exemplary performance in various student activities, including sports, at the GITAM Award Celebration for Excellence 2022, held on 25th June 2022. The Venture Development Center helps student entrepreneurs to incubate their ideas and develop them into meaningful ventures by offering guidance and mentorship through their startup journey. I wish to inform you that a team of BTech students designed an eco-friendly and intelligent grey water filtration system called Hydrogravitricity. This innovative project has been presented at the AIM ICDK Water Innovation Challenge organized by Atal along with Niti Aayog in New Delhi. The team is now representing India at the International Water Conference being held at the Technical University of Denmark this year. The Career Guidance Center of the university provides training. It assists students in exploring their career choices, including higher studies in India and abroad, research and innovation, competitive exams, including UPSC and GATE, and campus placements. The placements for the year 21-22 have opened up a wide range of opportunities through campus drives. Major streams such as engineering, science, management, and pharmacy have witnessed a rise in number of options. Over 3,800 students were placed through the campus placement drives conducted on all 3 campuses during the year 21-22, a record for universities of this kind. The management of GITAM has adopted a strategic plan that integrates academic, financial, and infrastructure development in a phased manner. Over the last 2 years, many core infrastructure projects were completed, including the construction of the Venture Development Center, Swachha School, residential spaces and guest house, Kautilya School of Public Policy, the Boys Hostel at the Hyderabad campus, at an expense of 80 crores. The directorates of campus life, HR, finance and admissions located in GITAM Bhavan have been upgraded for 7 crores. And modern dining and kitchen facilities at Jimsa Cafe at a cost of 8 crores. An MRI scan has been procured and installed at the hospital, costing 5 crores. The university is currently upgrading 180 classrooms with an estimated budget of rupees 80 crores over the next 2 years. We feel proud to see thousands of students graduating from GITAM transformed by their stay at the university and equipped to meet the challenges and embrace opportunities that arise. On behalf of the university, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all graduate students. I also thank the parents for seeing their wards achieve this success and also the trust they reposed with us some time ago. We are delighted that with the eminent personalities who have come here to be honored with the honoris causa. Professor Raj Raman is an academician of great renown. We have all heard of the Green Revolution and White Revolution, which provided us with the basic needs. The IT revolution has moved us up the hierarchy. One of the architects of the heights that IT has climbed is Professor Raj Raman. Sir, the country owes you a great debt in your pioneering effort in starting the Bachelor's in Computer Science and Engineering in IIT Kanpur, which was the genesis of IT industry in India. Our other esteemed guest, Shri Girish Kasiravali, is a film director of extraordinary talent. And for all of you students, as a student, he received the President's Lotus Award, Silver Lotus. Sir, your films have challenged the way we perceive ourselves. You have really made us more human. Now, dear students, the world is changing at a breakneck pace. Innovation and creativity are the key words of our times. You have your responsibility towards your country and the society at large. I hope you will cherish and uphold the values of GITAM in the years ahead. Alumni are the key stakeholders of the university, and I appeal to all of you to extend and continue your interaction with your alma mater and participate in the progress of GITAM. I wish you all the success in your future endeavors. I express my sincere thanks to Professor Sarit Das, Institute Professor IIT Madras, the chief guest of the convocation. It's my pleasant duty to thank the Honorable President Shri M. Shri Bharat, Honorable Chancellor, the Vice President, Professor Gangadhar Rao, Secretary Shri Bharadwaj for honoring us today with the presence. I also thank Professor Dr. Virender Singh Chauhan, the Chancellor, for his guidance and encouragement. My deep thanks to Professor Dayananda Siddhavatam for gracing us today. I take this opportunity to thank the board members, my colleagues, faculty, staff, and students for their continued support and encouragement. I express my thanks to the Ministry of Education, University Grants Commission, All India Council for Technical Education, National Medical Commission, Council of Architecture, Pharmacy Council of India, Indian Nursing Council, Bar Council of India, the state governments of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka, and the funding agencies for their cooperation and continued support. My thanks are also to the media friends, guests, and invitees for making this function memorable. On the occasion of the 13th convocation, let us collectively wish this valuable and admired university many more decades of success and innovations. Thank you.
Address by Shri M. Sri Bharat, Honorable President, GITAM.
Hello. Morning, students. Can you hear me okay? I've been hearing a slight chatter in the audience, so my request to you all is one more hour of patience. I know you're all happy that you're graduating, but we have guests after me that are going to speak, and I think it's disrespectful if you are speaking amongst yourselves. So can I expect that from you? Not audible? Can you mic or sound bench? Hello? Are you able to hear me now? Little bit more? Yeah. Now it's fine? Okay, great. So you heard what I said, that we expect that you respect the decorum and maintain silence? Okay, so I'll begin with that. Yeah, so this graduation speeches are hard because we're doing one every week. This is the third speech that we're doing. So there are only so many things that I can say uniquely in each speech. But I'll try not to repeat what I said over the last two graduations that we've had in GITAM. So in Bangalore, this is our youngest campus. And we've had our share of challenges in developing this campus. But there are some unique features here that make the campus special for us. I'd like to share that as we go. And before I do that, I'd like to thank our guests here, our chief guest, Professor Sarit Kumar Das. He was leading IIT Roper as a director for 6 years, close to. And now he's come back to his parent institution, which is IIT Madras, renowned researcher in mechanical engineering, and institution building is a different cup of tea, but we're glad, Professor Das, that you've accepted our invitation. And he was just sharing with me that of the close to, I think, 700 faculty in IIT Madras, there are only 7 professors. Professor Variyar was referring to him as institute professor. You may be wondering what that means. It's a recognition that they give to prolific teachers and researchers. IIT Madras, which is currently ranked as the #1 institution in India overall, has 7 institute professors in their institution. And these institute professors, even after their retirement at the age of 65, are automatically granted emeritus professor and expected to serve in their position for 5 more years, because the institution would not like to lose their knowledge, their services. So I think if you aspire to creation of knowledge and acquiring of knowledge, I think Professor Das is an inspiration for us all, and in the path that he has walked in his life. Dr. Raj Raman, I haven't been able to interact with him, but I don't know how many of you can guess his age. He's 88 years old. Sir, I don't know if I'm correct, 88. I'm really thankful to you for accepting our invitation. I think given that he's been an academician, getting an honorary PhD is not something that is unique to him. But we are very thankful for your time. And I'm really curious. You started the computer science program in 1965. I'm really curious, what was a computer back then and what it meant to study computer science close to 60 years ago. So that, I think, really changed the way India educated young students in the field of computer science. And then Mr. Girish Kasiravali, he's won 14 national awards for his work in the field of cinema. And in particular, in the areas of parallel cinema, I don't know what that means. So I went and read a little bit. So parallel cinema is alternate to mainstream cinema. I think most of us are very immersed in mainstream cinema. So I think the themes and the ideas that one brings through parallel cinema is very thought-provoking. And I request Girish ji to share the kind of thoughts, ideas that have inspired you to do that work. And now to you all students, Bangalore campus, I don't know what it meant for you all, but for us, we aspire to make all our campuses residential to a large extent. And we have not succeeded that much in Visakhapatnam and Hyderabad, but maybe it's the location of Bangalore that has incentivized many of you to stay on campus. In Bangalore, almost 85% of our students have stayed on campus. This is unique to GITAM. I think in Hyderabad and Visakhapatnam, we're at about 40% of our student strength. So the dynamics here are very different. You've lived with your classmates for close to 4 years, a vast majority of you. And I think the impact that it has is very different, because I was in the US and I lived on campus for most of my 4 years. And the kind of relationships that one makes when you live together is very different from when you commute to school and are together only during class time. So for all of you, I think if you're sitting with your friends and your roommates and your peers, these relationships that you have made in these 4 years, 3 years, 2 years are extremely valuable, and I think are something that are very difficult to replicate as you move forward. And there I would urge you to think what kind of friendships you have made during your time at GITAM and what you have benefited from these relationships, because that's the foundation of how you're going to build relationships as you proceed in life. The other is, in terms of transformation, Professor Varyar has read a long list of things that we have done. I don't know how many of you have paid attention to all those details. But for us, from the leadership perspective, it has been a challenge. We are trying to do many things. It's not easy to implement reforms, to expect people to adapt to change. We've had resistance from students, maybe you all also, from faculty, from frontline staff, in the kind of changes that we've made. But I'm happy to share that the Bangalore campus, relative to the other two, has been, in some areas, the best adapters of change. I think I should credit Professor D.S. Rao during his leadership here, particularly during the pandemic. Even, let's say, we introduced a learning management system. I don't know how many of you students have experienced Moodle, but even the implementation of Moodle in the GITAM 3 campuses, Bangalore has been the front runner in the number of faculty who have adopted it. In terms of improvement in average salary to students, if we look at the year-on-year growth over the last 3 years, I think Bangalore has been one of the fastest growing in the employment outcomes for the students who study in this campus. So there's something that's special in this campus, and even our founder, Dr. Murthy, although this is a young campus, very quickly developed a soft corner. In fact, even during 2018, the year that you were all admitted, when he had been recovering from dengue fever, Mr. Gandhi here said that the Bangalore weather is so good, for your recovery, you should come and spend some time here. So he spent almost a month here, I think, after he recovered from dengue. And after that month, when we met him, he was 80 years old. He seemed like he had de-aged by 10 years. He was looking much fresher and younger. So in that sense, all of you students are lucky to be in an environment where the weather or something here is leading to longevity, good health, good mind space. I hope many of you feel that way. To have a natural air conditioning is a luxury that other cities don't get. In fact, even when we think about investments, we always say that Bangalore doesn't need AC because the weather is good as it is. I don't know if the students are happy about that. Now, coming to the academic rigor that all of you have gone through, I think GITAM is on an aggressive growth path. Even if you look at the curriculum that your current first-year students have come into, it's very different from what you have entered into GITAM. But even though your journey as an undergraduate student, as a graduate student is ending today, your journey as an alumni and as a future student of GITAM in many different ways is only beginning. So I urge you all to first register as an alumnus and then be in touch, because the journey of learning, in your mind, you may feel that it has ended, but I believe that it is beginning. And there is a long way to go. As Dr. Raj Raman here may share, computer science, when it started in 1965 to what it is today, is extremely different. I was at a lecture a few years ago, and this is because many of the students here have studied in computer science, you must know this. It was from a university called Singularity University. And the professor there was speaking about advent of knowledge. And he said if the amount of knowledge that humanity created, discovered between the 1900s to 2000 was X, it was doubled between 2000 to 2010. And after 2010, every 3 or 4 years, the knowledge has been doubling. So if you look at the exponential growth of knowledge, you're only about 20, 25 years old now. By the time you reach 60, 65, we're looking at almost 2:10 or 2:20 level of growth in knowledge. So this is a fundamentally different world that you are entering. And if you believe that what you've studied is going to just help you lead your life in a good way, I don't think that's going to be the case. We have given you the foundations of knowledge. Please use that foundation to help you prepare for the future ahead and remain competitive, aim for the sky, because if GITAM Bangalore, GITAM University is to develop, it is going to be on the success of you students, you alumni, the way you work, the way you conduct yourselves, what you represent in society. So we have large aspirations for you all. I want to also thank all the parents and family members who have come here to see their wards graduate. We thank you all for your trust in GITAM, even though it's a young campus, and I'm very optimistic about what our students sitting in front of us are going to achieve in the future ahead. With this, I wish you all the best, and I'll take your leave. Thank you.
Introduction of the chief guest. Professor Sarit Kumar Das is a well-known researcher in the fields of heat transfer, nanofluids, biomicrofluidics, battery cooling, and fuel cells. He is a BME and MME from Jadavpur University in 1984 and 1987, and a PhD from Sambalpur University in 1994. He joined IIT Madras in 1995. He published over 249 technical archival papers, 100 conference papers, and 5 books in the areas of heat transfer and nanofluids. He is considered as a pioneer in nanofluids in the world and one of the highest cited Indians in the area of science and technology. Subsequently, he ventured into areas such as biophysics and invented novel microfluidic devices for applications in the areas of cancer metastasis and drug delivery. He received Professor K.N. Sitaramu Award and Medal for Excellence in Research by Indian Society for Heat and Mass Transfer, ISHMT, in 2006. India Citation Award by Thomson Reuters in 2012. Distinguished Alumnus Award of NIT Rourkela in 2020. He is also the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award of IIT Madras and has been designated as Institute Professor. Recently, Professor Das is endowed with the V. Balakrishnan Chair Professorship for his excellent track record in pioneering research. He is a recipient of Alexander von Humboldt Fellowship and fellowships of INAE and NASI. He was a Peabody Chair Professor of MIT and Cambridge in 2011. He has made a significant contribution as the Dean of Academic Research of IIT Madras and helped in institution building as Director of IIT Ropar. Currently, he is the Governor's nominee to the Syndicate of the University of Madras. Honoring the chief guest. Address by the chief guest.
Honorable President, Mr. Bharat, Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, all other dignitaries, Registrar, the deans, heads of the department, and of course, Professor Raj Raman, because as you heard just now, I did my bachelor's degree in 84. So 80 to 84, we were the first batch of mechanical engineering who were introduced with computer programming. And there was only one book, that is Professor Raj Raman's book, Fortran 4, not even Fortran 77. And we learned that. And of course, after doing the programming, you who are doing everything on a cell phone cannot even imagine what was programming in those days. We had a regional computer center in which we have to sit down at the ground floor and punch cards. Every card will have one line of the program. So you will have this many cards, you will punch it, only hole punching, and then you will give it. 48 hours later, you will get the output. And the output may be syntax error in line number 132. So that's the era in which we were. And it is people like Professor Raj Raman who advanced it to see that the Bangalore campus is getting the maximum pay packages because Bangalore is the IT city of India. So this transition happened because of few people, and I am seeing one of them on the stage today. Now, coming to today's program, of course, I address everybody. I didn't address the most important people today. It is the graduates and their parents. They are the most important people today. And of course, the students must be thinking that who is this person standing between, now and my degree and trying to give me, suggestions, gyan. He graduated in 1984, a time when there was no email, no, mobile phone, there was no social media. So it looks like rock age or bronze age at that time. And what can he advise us? Because today the life is completely different. You cannot even think of what was there in those days, almost 40 years back. My dear friends, you are graduates of mostly science, technology. In science and technology, there are two things, constants and variables. Even if you do computer programming, the first thing that you have to learn, what are constants and what are variables. Certain things, even if you change the whole thing, it doesn't change. The value of pi, whatever may be the computer science, mathematics, biology, value of pi will never change. The value of gravitational constants will never change. The value of universal gas constant, whether you take carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, or hydrogen or helium, the value of gas constant is same. My dear friends, in life, in career also, there are certain things which remain unchanged. Certain things change, I have nothing to tell about that. You know better than me. And in fact, when you come to my age, you will find that you even don't know. Only your sons and grandsons and granddaughters will come to know. So, variables will be discovered by you. That's innovation. But certain things cannot change in life, cannot change in career. So I am here to stand to tell certain things about that. And the first thing about this is, all of you, mostly they have got either job or admissions in higher education. And do you think yourself to be lucky? Do you think yourself to be lucky? Yes or no? Yes, but not so loudly, because you start thinking, I am lucky, but probably IISc Bangalore students are more lucky. IIT Madras students, higher package, more lucky than me. So one thing I want to tell you, which is constant in life, is that no one is lucky or unlucky. If you take a short period, it may appear that you are lucky or unlucky. It's like share market. You take one day, it gains or loses. But if you take 10 years, it's only gains. Similarly, in your life, you are neither lucky nor unlucky. You are only lucky because first, you are born at all. Second, you are born as a human being, the best of the animals. And you are lucky because human beings, most of them are uneducated, particularly in countries of the third world. You are educated, and not just educated. You are educated at the highest level, university level. So you are only lucky. Now comes that unlucky part of it. That, oh, I could not get into IIT. I could not get into NIT. My dear friends, it really doesn't matter. You know why? For a very simple reason. Life is not a 100-meter run. It's a marathon. In a 100-meter run, your start is very important. You will see Commonwealth Games is coming. In a 100-meter run, all the photographers will put their lens at the starting point. Why? Because you are going to run only for 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, at the beginning, if you lose 0.5 seconds, you are gone. But have you ever seen a photographer focusing at the beginning of the marathon run? No. Because in a marathon, how you start, it doesn't matter. Why half a second? You be 3 seconds less. It doesn't matter. Do you have the stamina to run for 2.5 hours, 40 kilometers? Life is a marathon. And that's why beginning is not important. Whether you do it from GITAM or IIT Madras, it doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is, for the next 30 years, 40 years, do you have the conviction in you to run, to have the stamina and go to the top? Well, Satya Nadella was not from an IIT. Sundar Pichai was a metallurgical engineer, knew nothing of computer science. So, if you are coming out from GITAM, be proud of your institute, which has given you a launching pad. Because in a marathon, starting line is nothing more than a launching pad. People said a little bit about me. Very humbly, I have done very little in my life. But I also don't have an IIT degree. I don't have a foreign degree even. But I have been able to teach at IIT Madras. I have been able to teach at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It's not about beating my own drum. It is about, if I can do it, you can do it. Everyone can do it. So the first constant in life is not paying much attention to the beginning, understanding that life is going to be a long, stretched battle in which you will have fortunes and misfortunes. If you can maximize your fortunes and minimize your misfortunes, you will be successful. This is the first constant. The second thing is very, very important. Everybody says it depends on atmosphere, which company you go, which institute you study, where you stay, whether New York or Thiruvananthapuram. Does it make a difference? Well, it makes a difference, but what makes more of a difference is not this. There are 3 things which is not defined by anybody else, but defined by you. And I'll be talking about those 3 things only. What are they? I call them 3 I's. First I is for intention. What is your intention? What is your attitude towards your career? You see, you want to have a successful career. Successful in terms of what? Everybody wants money. Everybody wants power. Everybody wants fame. But on the very first day when I joined teaching, my father, who is a lawyer, he told me that I don't know your discipline, but for every discipline, there is a rule. And this rule is that for first 15 years of your career, if you run behind money, fame, and power, you will keep on running rest of your life. It will never come to you. I said, then what is to do? He said, forget all these three. First 15 years, you learn. Your learning does not end today. Your learning starts today. You know what you have got? You have got a driving license. Now, with the driving license, you can become Bangalore auto driver or Formula 1 driver. It depends on you whether you want to become Bangalore auto driver or I have nothing against auto drivers. But the thing is that whether you want to go slow, you want to be satisfied with a small thing, or you want to aim for the highest. That depends on you. And so, the most important thing today, the first I is intention. Do you have an intention for learning? That's what is the most important thing. At the beginning of the career, don't look at, this company is giving 10,000 rupees more. Doesn't matter. Is this company a better place to learn your profession? That's the consideration. The second I is initiative. Without initiative, you may have best of intentions. But then, if your initiative is not there wrong, you are not going to succeed. Let me tell you in your language, whether you know or not, I don't know, there was a cricket player, Vinod Kambli, along with Sachin Tendulkar. They were classmates. And everybody said Vinod Kambli is more talented than Sachin Tendulkar. Everyone knew. At the beginning of the career, he broke Don Bradman's record of scoring centuries and double centuries. But he didn't have the discipline to make a successful career. Tendulkar had it. And Tendulkar, how he had, I have seen it with my own eye. One day the students came in IIT Madras, said, Indian team, those days Bangalore Academy was not there. So they were practicing and they didn't get the chepak ready, so they came to IIT Madras cricket ground and they were playing. Sir, can you excuse us from the class? We will go and see. And I said, okay, let me also go. I went there and I found everybody is coming, all the senior batsmen, doing practice for 15-20 minutes, they are batting and going away. But Tendulkar is not to be seen, where he is. Then somebody pointed out at the corner of the ground where nobody can see. He is knocking with the bat for 2 hours at a stretch. And that was a time when he has crossed his peak even. There was nothing to be achieved by him. But still he was sincere enough to be not for 10-15 minutes, 2 hours continuously he is doing. This is the sincerity which made Tendulkar and made Vinod Kambli to sleep. So the second I is initiative. Intention and initiative. But what I feel, the third one is the most dangerous. Because the role of intention and the role of initiative, everybody can see. There are so many stories about all successful people. But the third one, actually the counter examples are always shown. Third I is integrity, honesty. And the real worth of honesty, we always do not see. Rather, we see that we are little bit dishonest. If we don't follow the rule, if we be little immoral, there is a lot of gain in the short term. Yes, it is. But in the long run, you will see that, in our nation's emblem, after the 4 lions, what is written? Satyameva Jayate. This is one shloka from the Mundaka Upanishad. The people, probably 4,000 or 5,000 years back, wrote this not for nothing. They understood this most important constant of your life is the value of honesty. Now, I have been given with this today, in which there is a quote written about Mahatma Gandhi in the name of Gandhi, this institute has been established. And it is by Albert Einstein who says, generations to come, it may well be, will scarce believe that such a man as this, one ever in flesh and blood, walked upon the earth. In future, Albert Einstein is saying, people will wonder that such a man existed, whether it is fiction or really this man of Mahatma Gandhi existed. You know why? Not because he was brilliant. And this is what is most important. In our national movement, in our independence movement, everybody was a brilliant scholar, except one person. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was a great scholar. Subhash Chandra Bose was a great scholar. All others you look at, they were great, toppers, so to say. There was one person who was mediocre. His name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He never topped in the class. He did not study in Cambridge and Oxford, studied in London University, which was considered to be less than Cambridge and Oxford. But he is the person who led all these galaxies. Why? Because of the strength of one thing, the truth, the honesty in him. The power of insight, the power of honesty, not only propelled the rest of the leaders, but it propelled the whole country towards freedom. So my dear friend, now you said these are big things about big people. Not at all. I have seen in my life, honesty matters. Integrity does matter. At the age of 60 years, when I come back, when I look little bit what I could do, and I could see the greatest thing which I think to be my achievements are some way or other connected to honesty. For example, IIT Ropar was given for me to be built. And there was something like 1,300 crore rupees to build the institute. I made it a point that I do not get 13 paisa from here. And if somebody says that what is your success in IIT Ropar, I could proliferate this feeling to all my colleagues there. And so the institute was built with utter honesty. Now, at every point of your life, you will see there are two paths. One is a shortcut, little immoral, huge gains. Another is a difficult one, completely moral. Well, gains are moderate. You don't even know whether you are going to gain. My dear friend, never falter to take that path. And so, there are three things, as I said: initiative, integrity, and, intentions. So these three, if you keep them in mind, technology will change, time will change, but these constant, if you can hold on, you will be successful. I will end by saying, look, you can be successful. To what level? I'll tell another story about it. When we joined as assistant professor to IIT Madras, so one day, after taking class, we young people used to go together, flock together for coffee. So we were stopped by a senior professor. And the senior professor said, "Hey, young people, where are you going?" I said, "Sir, we are going for coffee." "Are you doing research?" I said, "Sir, we are trying." "How many publications you have got?" Now, in those days, a young assistant professor will have how much? 5 publications, 7 publications, we said. The professor said, "You know how many I have got?" I said, "No, sir." "I have 70 publications." We said, "Sir, you are great. I have this, I have that." So we are getting bored. We want to go for coffee. Who wants to listen to what he has done? Just like you are thinking, who wants to listen to that? So I thought I must stop this person. Incidentally, the person now lives in Bengaluru. He has retired. So I said, "Sir, I have got something which you don't have got." And he looked at me and stunned, said, "What, have you got patent?" I said, no. Have you written books? I said, no. I'm talking of 25 years back, 26 years back. Then what is that you have got, I don't have got? I said, sir, I have got 40 more years. You don't have got. Right? And what I said is absolutely correct. Because when I look back today, all the 4 people who were going for coffee that day have crossed that person long back. Not just me, everyone have crossed in terms of their stature, achievement, and everything. So, the most important thing in life is time. And today, you can tell me, sir, whatever you may give the lecture, we have got 40 years, you don't have got. Where I can go to level, what level I can reach, that's already decided. Where you can go, it's not decided. You can come out to be CEO of a top global company. But more importantly, you can form your own global company. See, I think the stage of being CEO of Microsoft and Google and IBM is over for India. For India, it's the time to get our Microsoft, our Google, our Twitter, and you will be the people who will do it. I'm sure about that. There may be people sitting here 10 years from now, 15 years from now, which we didn't get in 100 years, last 94 years we didn't get a Nobel Prize. Probably somebody will be here who will walk to Stockholm, that King's Palace, to get that coveted prize. Yes, quite possible. And please look at that, because you have 40 years, I don't have got. We have tried, starting with people like Professor Raj Raman, we all tried to create that platform. The platform is ready for you. You have to just launch it. Today, India is not a bechara third world country. India is a country to which the world is looking at. And so, I was listening to a YouTube channel from Pakistan where one academician told that our leaders, that means Pakistan's leaders, forgot that the real atom bomb that India has got is not with nuclear material. It is the material which are in their universities and IITs and IIMs and universities. So this is what is the real weapon we have got, with which we are really going to win the world. And you are the persons who are going to do it, not us. And that's why I'm saying, keep the constants in life in place. Look for new things. Do not give up honesty, but go for the world. Be brave. There are many hardworking people, but there are very few brave people. You need to be hardworking, but at the same time, you need to be brave. You should be able to reject small temporary gains for something fantastic. And I am sure if couple of years later, say 10 years from now when I am retired, somebody walks in to my chamber or residence and tell that, sir, you came to GITAM, you told us to be brave, and you told us to do something which nobody has done. I have done this. I have won this award. I have become this. This is my industry. If you say that, I will think, my coming to Bangalore, wasting everyone's time, and speaking to you have been successful. Thank you very much. All the best to you.
Admission of Professor V. Raja Raman to the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
Let Professor Raja Raman be presented.
Professor Vaideshwaran Rajaraman is an accomplished academician and researcher who is best known for his seminal contribution to the field of computer science and information technology. Professor V. Raman obtained a BSc Honours in Physics from Delhi University, a DIISc and AIISc in Electrical Communication Engineering from the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, SM Electrical Engineering from MIT and PhD from the University of Wisconsin. Professor Raj Raman joined the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Kanpur, as an assistant professor of electrical engineering in 1963. During his stint at IIT Kanpur, Professor Raj Raman set up the National Career of Science Information with funding from the University Grants Commission for providing selective dissemination of information to scientists at Indian universities. He was also a visiting professor at number of universities of repute in US and Europe. After joining the Indian Institute of Science, he initiated programs in computer-aided design of electronic systems and knowledge-based computer system development. Professor Raj Raman was an IBM Research Professor of Information Technology at the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, Bengaluru from 1994 to 2001. Currently, he is an honorary professor in Supercomputer Education and Research Center at Indian Institute of Science. Professor Raj Raman is the recipient of the prestigious Padma Bhushan in 1988, Lifetime Contribution to Engineering by the Indian National Academy of Engineering in 2005, Lifetime Achievement Award in Information Technology Data Quest Industry Panel in 1997, Om Prakash Bhasin Award in 1993, the Rustam Choksi Award for Excellence in Engineering Research by Indian Institute of Science, National Award for Excellence in Computer Engineering by Indian Society for Technical Education in 1988, the Homi Bhabha Prize for Research in Applied Sciences by UGC in 1986, to name a few. Professor Raj Raman is a Fellow of the Indian National Sciences Academy, Indian Academy of Sciences, Indian National Academy of Engineering and Computer Society of India, and the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers. Professor Raja Raman is the celebrated author of textbooks across diverse domains, including Fortran and Numerical Analysis, Introduction to Computer Programming in C, Parallel Computers, and Digital Computer Design, to name a few. In recognition of his distinguished and outstanding contribution to technology and society in general, and his pioneering contribution to computer science in particular, GITAM University takes pleasure in conferring the honorary degree of Doctor of Science on Dr. Vaideshwaran Rajaraman.
Brief remarks by the recipient of the honorary degree, Professor V. Rajaraman.
In the name and on behalf of the Board of Management of GITAM Deemed University, I confer upon the honorary degree of Doctor of Science of this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with this degree, and I authorize you to wear the gown and hood ordained as insignia of your degree.
Director of GITAM, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, all the faculty,
Can you increase the audio for the mic, please?
and my dear students graduating today. Excuse me for my poor throat. It is not as good as it used to be. At this time, I would like to congratulate all of you graduating students. As Dr. Das put it, you are starting a marathon, and all of you should go ahead and win the marathon. And he talked about 3 I's, and I said I'll talk about 3 P's. And the 3 P's I'll take from my own experience, my life. Okay. First P is for passion. You must have passion in whatever you do. And let me start with a little story. Just like you, I was graduating from the Indian Institute of Science. In those days, the institute did not give a degree because it was not deemed to be university. It was a private institution. So they used to give only a diploma. So I got a diploma of the institute in communication engineering, electronics communication engineering. And at the end of that degree, I was in a bind because jobs were scarce in those days. And electronics particularly was not a very popular discipline. And so I was at my wit's end, and what should I be doing? The only real avenue for a career was the examination given by the UPSC called Engineering Services Examination. If you pass the Engineering Service Examination, then you join the Indian Telegraph Service or the railways, and you become so-called Class 1 engineer. And you go through the normal routine of a career as an engineer. And so I thought, well, let me try and write that examination. And what better place to be in than the institute to be able to write the exam. So to continue in the institute, I started doing research. There's something called an associateship of the institute, which is equivalent to a master's degree by research in engineering. So I started doing research in engineering. And interestingly, the work I started was on computers. That is 1955. And a year earlier, a professor from the US had come, and he had brought some equipment with him and set up a small analog computer. And except that it is not able to solve nonlinear differential equations, but only linear equations. So I took on myself the job of creating nonlinear units so that the computer can be used for solving nonlinear differential equations. And when I started doing that work, I became passionate doing research. So passion got into me in starting research work. But having also given my fees for the examination, I wrote the examination. And as it turned out, at the end of 1 year of my research, I passed the examination, and a job was waiting for me. But then, as usual, the wheels of the government turn very slowly. So even though you pass examination, it would take another year before you get your job. So that is a godsend, and I continued doing my research and completed my associateship. And at that time, I had a choice. Now, passion for research has bitten me. And I was looking at a new area of computing, and the job also was waiting for me. My father, of course, was conservative. He said that you have a clear career ahead of you. What are you going to do doing research? Fortunately for me, the Government of India announced that they will be giving some scholarships for people to go abroad, and I applied for it, and fortunately I got the scholarship to go abroad. And so I decided that between the two choices of continuing doing research and joining a regular job, I would rather do research and take that risk. Because of that passion for doing research, I got into that area of research. And well, I came back. I had a choice because I got a position at the University of Wisconsin, but I decided to return and joined. Fortunately for me, a position was available at the IIT at Kanpur, and it happened to be the right place for me at the right time, because I joined in March of 1963, and in August of 1963, IIT Kanpur got the first IBM 1620 digital computer in India. That is in any educational institutions. There are some business computers available, but the first computer with a high-level language, namely Fortran, came to IIT Kanpur in July, August of 1962. Of course, there are lots of stories about how that computer came from the airport to the institute in a bullock cart, because the roads were not good in Kanpur, and people are worried about the machine shaking too much and getting spoiled before it comes to Kanpur, the IIT campus. And in fact, we had to break a wall of one of the laboratories to be able to move the computer into that room, because the door was not large enough to move the computer inside. The point is that computers were new, and of course it was a computer with a high-level language compiler. So my passion for computing continued, and I was fortunate that I joined an institution which had that machine. And the institute decided that all engineering students, regardless of what discipline they are in, should be taught computer programming and numerical methods. So right in 1963, the machine came, and by about 1965, the first course in computing was given to all undergraduate students. And I, being one of the few people who knew about computers, having learned about them both in India and abroad, started giving that course, teaching that course. And for the students, there's no book available, because all American books, in fact, even American books, there's only one available on Fortran by a person called McCracken. And it cost a few hundred rupees in those days, and nobody could afford to buy them. So I started writing notes, and I wrote the notes on Fortran programming, and distributed that to the class, and that became the germ of an idea of a book. And when that book became popular in the institute, my wife said, "Why don't you try to," Dharma here, who is sitting there, said, "Why don't you write it as a book so that more people will be able to use it rather than just IIT students?" So I sat down and wrote it up as a book, and that it's called Principles of Computer Programming, and that book was ready in 1968. And then the search began. I wanted to get a publisher to publish this book. And I sent it to about 4 or 5 publishers in India, and all of them said, "What is programming? It's got no future. And who is going to buy these books?" And so they were not willing to publish the book. Ultimately, I got Printers Hall of India, which was at that time publishing American books in cheaper Indian editions. And the managing director of that, Printers Hall of India, said, "We haven't yet published any Indian author, but let me take a chance and take your book." But then he put a condition that I get the book ready in camera-ready form. That is a A4 size paper, and I got it typed on an IBM typewriter, and so that it'll be ready for. So in fact, the early books I wrote were all A4 size, and I gave it to that publisher, and he photo offset it, and in those days, the first print run was 3,000 copies. And normally, they're supposed to be sold in about 3 years. And they used the cheapest. Of course, one condition I put was that it should be affordable, that it should be something which any student can buy. So the price was put at 15 rupees. 15 rupees, and it is, of course, because the price had to be low, he printed it on newsprint paper. So it's kind of, as an author, I was kind of shocked to do all my work and then I see the book coming in newsprint. But then I was happy that it was an affordable book. And to my surprise, and the surprise of the publisher, the first edition, which was published in 1965, not 65, I think it is 1968 I wrote, 69 March, I gave it to the publisher, and by August of 69, all the 3,000 copies are sold. So he was shocked, and I was shocked. There is a pent-up demand for computer programming in the country, which nobody realized. And that was the beginning of my journey in writing books. And I found soon that next book was on numerical methods, and then analog computing and so on. And every time I taught a course, I started writing a book on that. And as you know, in computing, nothing is stationary. The change is the order. So Fortran soon became obsolete and was replaced by Pascal. So I wrote a book. I had to learn Pascal. And only way of learning it is write programs. And while you write programs, you also write a book. And so that book becomes a textbook for students. So I continued to write on Pascal, then COBOL, on C, and it became a passion, writing books. But the lesson I learned was perseverance. So the fact that after writing the book, I had to wait for many months after multiple rejections gave me a lesson in perseverance, that don't give up and try your best as long as you can. Ultimately, somebody will hopefully take what you've done. So book writing became one of my passions, and I continued doing it. And the last book I wrote came out in 2020, called Groundbreaking Inventions in Information and Communication Technologies. And I'm quite proud of that, because I look back on the way in which computer grew from 1950s up to 2020. So it starts with Fortran in 57, ends with deep learning of 2015. So essentially trace the entire history of growth, and I was fortunate that I lived through the history. Starting in 55, up to today, the computing has progressed, and I have actually seen the changes. I never thought that a machine, which at that time costs a few lakhs of rupees. In fact, the IBM 1620 cost about 15 lakhs, and it has 60,000 digits of memory. And it could not add. The only way it could add was by looking up a table. The table was stored in the memory. So multiplication tables and add tables were stored in memory, and it used that. In fact, people used to joke that this computer cannot even add and doesn't even try. So from that day to a day today, where all of you carry in your pocket a machine which is about 100,000 times faster and 100,000 times cheaper than a machine which came out in 1960s is a wonder. Okay. The last P I want to talk about is persuasion. I found that persuasion is extremely important. We started at Kanpur IIT a master's degree program in computer science with the consent of our Senate and the Board of Governors in 1972. And master's degree was easy to start because it only affects a few students, and the number of students who join is around a dozen or so. But the early students who join the course, they done very, very well. Of course, one of them being our own Narayan Murthy, who was one of the early MTech students. And as time progressed, I felt a time had come to start an undergraduate program in computer science. And so I talked to our director, and director agreed that it was probably the right time. And in 1977, I started planning that course. And we had about 4 or 5 faculty in the department of, in that time, there's no department of computer science. It's called computer science program. And we had to get through the Senate, the proposal to start an undergraduate course. And I had to persuade all my colleagues of other departments. One of the main problems is that the total intake of undergraduates at IIT in those days was 300. And the various departments had a quota from that 300. And if a new course in computer science had to be started, then they had to give up some of their seats to give seats to computer science. And that is always a pain for people. And but then there's a lot of debate in the Senate, and I persuaded my colleagues that computer science was just not programming, that it is a discipline in its own right, and that in the long run, it is a huge prospect of growing. But many of my colleagues were not convinced. But ultimately, the persuasion worked, and in 1978, the institute decided to start a course in BTech, computer science. But Department of Computer Science is not there. And yet, it was decided to start a bachelor's degree in computer science. And to the surprise of the entire faculty, when the results of joint entrance examination came, the last rank, which was admitted to IIT in computer science, was All India rank 40. 20 seats were given to the institute, by the Institute of Computer Science, and the last rank was, the last student admitted was rank 40. It came as a big shock to the faculty because the feeling among the general public and was a lot more positive about computer science than the conservative faculty of the institute. But it turned out that it was the beginning of the start of computer science, and soon, of course, our IITs, when they found that the best students are going to Kanpur, they persuaded their senates to start undergraduate program. And of course, one of the professors at Kharagpur said, Raj Raman, how can you start a program, undergraduate program, without a department. And then, of course, at Kanpur, we do things differently. Okay? And it so turned out that all IITs went to the HRD ministry, and all IITs started a Department of Computer Science and Engineering, I think in 1986 or so. But by that time, I had left IIT and come to IISc Bangalore. And the IISc Bangalore story is another story of perseverance and persuasion. And that will take forever to talk. So thank you very much for listening. Congratulations to all of you. And all of you, I am sure, will win the marathon. Thank you.
Admission of Sri Girish Kasiravali to the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters.
Let Sri Girish Kasiravali be now presented.
Girish Kasiravali, an Indian film director, is one of the pioneers of parallel cinema in India. He is a gold medalist from the Film and Television Institute of India, Pune, from 1972 to 1975. As a student, Shri Girish directed the film Avashesh, which won the President's Silver Lotus Award for the Best Experimental Short Film of the Year. Shri Girish directed 15 feature films, a few documentaries, and telefilms in Kannada in a career spanning over 4 decades. Renowned internationally for his works, Shri Girish garnered 14 national awards, including the President of India's Golden Lotus Award. For the best feature film for 4 of his films, Ghata Shraddha, Tabarna Kathe, Tai Sahiba, and Dweepa. He is the only South Indian film director and the 4th Indian director to win the Golden Lotus Award 4 times. Shri Girish's maiden venture, Ghata Shraddha 1977, has the unique distinction of being screened in the Museum of Modern Art, New York. During the centenary celebrations of Indian cinema, Ghata Shraddha was voted one of the 20 best films made in 100 years of Indian cinema. His films were screened in many international film festivals, including London, New York, Rome, Moscow, Tokyo, Madrid, Berlin, Barcelona, and Cairo. Shri Girish was conferred with the prestigious Padma Shri Award by the President of India in the year 2011. His other achievements are the Karnataka Rajyotsava Award for the service to the film industry in the year 2002 to 3, and the Best Asian Film Director Award in the year 2018, conferred by the Asian Film Foundation. Even as we are celebrating his achievements, one more feather has been added to his crown. A documentary film produced by him named Kumar Nada Navanita Pandit Venkatesh Kumar has been adjudged the Best Arts and Culture Film in the 68th National Awards. Apart from producing and directing several critically acclaimed offbeat films, Shri Girish also edited a number of books in Kannada on the art and aesthetics of cinema. He is the author of a widely acclaimed book titled Major Film Theories. In recognition of his distinguished and outstanding contribution to the film and television industry, GITAM, deemed to be university, takes pleasure in conferring the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters on Shri Girish Kasiravali.
In the name and on behalf of the Board of Management of GITAM deemed university, I confer upon the Honorary Doctor of Letters of this university, and in token thereof, you have been presented with the degree, and I authorize you to wear the gown and hood ordained as insignia of your degree.
Brief remarks by the recipient of the honorary degree, Shri Girish Kasiravali.
I request all the students to keep silence. Let us hear the guest.
Good morning. Dignitaries on the dais. I'm greatly honored to receive this award to this Doctor of Literature Award by the GITAM University. I'm even more honored because I'm also sharing the dais with such an illustrious and person like Professor Raj Raman, whose contribution to Indian technology is something amazing, and something what one wouldn't have been able to achieve in one's lifetime. In fact, if we look at these two recognitions, one is for arts, one is for science. And arts and science actually part of human, themselves. There are the two paths humans, civilization adopt in their search for truth. Art and science are the two paths human civilization undertook in their search for truth. It's a search for ultimate. In fact, both art and science have different approach to life. They use, the science uses empirical approach, whereas art uses ambivalent approach. One looks outwards, the other look inwards. In Sanskrit, there's a saying that, bhava prapancha. Bhava prapancha. Bhava jagat and bhava jagat. Science always tries to understand bhava jagat, whereas arts always try to understand bhava jagat. Bhava jagat, understanding bhava jagat and bhava jagat makes the man complete, makes the human being complete. In fact, that's why I said, in a very symbolic way, you are honoring science as well as the art, and thereby you are appreciating the people who look for meaning in life. But I am a practitioner of art. I always have this doubt, what is the role of art in our life? Are we using it very efficiently? This is a question which is applicable even to science. Why are we applying science to our life? Why are we applying arts to our life? How should we apply it? In fact, Gandhiji says every discipline in our life should have ethics. Whether we're a teacher, whether we're a doctor, whether one is a filmmaker, one should have the ethics of his profession. One should practice the ethics of his profession. I keep asking this question, how are we using our art? That's especially in my case, it is cinema. Are we really following the ethics that Gandhiji talked about? Are we practicing the ethics? Because what happens in the cinema, for that matter, even the science and also all other arts, all the activities of the human life, has been used not for uplifting the man, but for its material benefits. It is more so in art, especially in cinema. We very often hear this dictum that cinema is an entertainment media. The sole purpose of cinema is to entertain. I totally disagree with that. I said using cinema for entertainment is unethical and cruel. Using science for material goal is unethical and cruel. Cinema should be used not for entertainment, but for enlightening. Science should be used not for material goals, but for some kind of an enlightenment. How do we get enlightenment? If only then the purpose of art and science survive a good cause. In this context, I very often get inspired or insights by the worldview of Shankara, the Advaita, the philosophy of non-dualism. Atma and Brahman are one. So there is no difference between Atman and Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. If one understands that, then it brings equanimity and the compassion in our life and in our approach to human society as such. One should understand the world not through the lens of binary opposites, but through Advaita. Unfortunately, what we are doing today in our real life is we would like to see binary oppositions in all our activities, whether it is social life, whether it is political life, whether it is our personal life, in the name of religion, in the name of community, in the name of society, in the name of political ideology, and in the name of nation, we would like to see binary oppositions. But if only we understand there's nothing called you and me. There exists only me and me. Even you are me and I am you. So if we understand that, then probably our understanding of the world, of the human beings, will prosper. We should see world as one, not as divided entities. And art and science should work towards that direction. And that should be our goal. And that is the goal with which I am making films. Not to divide people, not to show how people are different, but I'm trying to make the audience, make the spectator understand that all human beings are one, that all human beings are equal. And if we achieve that, I think the world will be much more calmer, much more saner, and much more homogeneous. And that should be the aim of science as well as arts. Well, I am from the different discipline of art, and I really take this opportunity to thank the organizers for confirming this Elite Award. And I also congratulate you all who are getting that degree today. Before I end, I'll say Shubha Gitam to all Gitams. Thank you very much.
Pledge.
All the graduates shall rise and follow me. I sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degrees for which I am a candidate and for which I have been recommended, I will in my daily life and conversations conduct myself as befits a member of GITAM deemed to be university. I shall to the utmost of my ability and opportunities support and promote the cause of sound learning and strive to set an example of high principles and conduct. I will, as far as in me lies, uphold and advance social progress and the well-being of my fellow human beings. I will never make my knowledge subservient to unworthy ends. I will faithfully and carefully fulfill the duties of the profession that I am trained for. I will, on all occasions, maintain purity and reputation, and that I will never deviate from the straight path of their honorable exercise.
Let the pledge of the graduates be considered as administered.
Presentation of degrees.
Let the candidates for the degrees be now presented.
Mr. Chancellor, permit the deans and heads of the institutes to present to you, in accordance with the grace of Board of Management, just passed Masters in Business Administration, Master of Science Master of Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Technology candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the respective degrees.
Presentation of degrees and diplomas.
Let the postgraduate and undergraduate degrees with rank certificates be presented to the graduates by the chief guest.
Gold medals.
School of Science, Master of Science, MSc, President Gold Medal for our first ranker in Master of Science Statistics 2022, Miss Gorantla Saujanya. School of Business, Master of Business Administration, MBA, President Gold Medal for the first ranker in MBA, Master of Business Administration 2022, Miss Emily N. Katshuna. Bachelor of Business Administration, BBA, President Gold Medal for the first ranker in BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration 2022, Miss R. Jyotsna. School of Technology, Bachelor of Technology, BTech, President Gold Medal for overall first ranker from all branches of BTech 2022, Miss G. Chaitra. President Gold Medal for first ranker in BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering 2022, Miss G. Chaitra. President Gold Medal for first ranker in BTech Computer Science and Engineering 2022, Miss Akula Ruchita.
Presentation of degrees to the graduates. GITAM School of Science.
Mr. Chancellor, permit me to present to you in accordance with the grace of the Board of Management, just pass the candidates whose name are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Master of Science, Bachelor of Science in the GITAM deemed to be University, Bengaluru.
Let the postgraduate, undergraduate degrees be presented to the graduates.
Master of Science, Sagala Chandna Priya. Gorantila Bhavani.
you give? Just go, just go. Exactly.
BN Aishwarya Rani. Go, go, go. Pandagarappa Gari Kalpana. Sanjana N. Bachelor of Science. Gangavaram Farooq. Gangavaram Farooq. Surasani Sai Kumar Reddy. Go, go. Diksha S. Yeah. Let's go. Go, go. You go. Diksha S. Apurva KH. Sneha D. Rakshita DS Gowda. Kusuma GS. Varshini AM. Madhushri V. Arpita V. Arpita C. Chittivelu Hemant Kumar Reddy. Nishchita R. Navyashri BS. Chittivelu, go. Go, 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 go. Nishchita, go. Go, go, go. Madhushri, Navyashri, BS. Go.
GITAM School of Business.
Mr. Chancellor, permit me to present to you, in accordance with the grace of the Board of Management just passed, the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business Administration in Business Analytics, and Bachelor of Commerce in the GITAM deemed to be University, Bengaluru. Master of Business Administration, Somi Setti Jayant Kumar. Rupasri Matyarasa. K.C. Arshita. Vidyashree. Bachelor of Business Administration, Bukaparam Shushma. Madana Josna, Lingam Likita. Pamshetti Bhavana, Vinita N. Rakshit Kumar S. Madan Sai, K.V. Madan Raju, Allu Amrut Kumar, Chandana N, M. Pavan Kalyan, T. L. Venkata Tarun, Badrinath, Bharat C. K, O. M. Santosh, Bachelor of Business Administration in Business Analytics, Avula Lavanya, B.S. Amulya, Ramyashri Y, K.S. Ruchita, Patan Habiba Kanam, M.S. Chandana Chaudhary, Pola Likita, Devineni Yashwant, P. Sai Chandana, Sudharani, Nabia K, K.V. Prarana, Bhumika P, K. Sainath, N.E. Madan Sai,
School of Technology.
Mr. Chancellor, permit me to present to you, in accordance with the grace of the Board of Management just passed, the candidates whose names are herewith submitted for admission to the degrees of Master of Technology, Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering in the GITAM deemed to be University, Bengaluru.
Let the candidates for the degrees be now presented.
Civil Engineering, Bhagavatra Sai Trinesh, J. Kattapalli Reddy, Aswardhana Raina, Sheikh Shakir, Konkal Shivkishore Reddy, Bhumi Reddy Madhusudan Reddy, Gongati Vinit, stand there. Levako Venkat Jayant Reddy, Banu Shes, Girish Goda SM, Nandish Reddy N, Abhilash HM, Mechanical Engineering, Kirraj Lokesh, Pramod D, Aviksha Kavya Hudali, Charkul Yashwant, Ramasetti Venkata Vamsidhar, Tudekul Mustaq, Gurraj Benur, Katta Gopi Krishna, Pasal Naveen Kumar, Yan Nitin, Harshvardhan T.S., Dinesh S., Sachin Datta,
BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, A. Murali Krishna. Venkata Chaitanya Reddy. Gaud Ganesh. Chitti Sarath Sai. Y. Hutika. Naveen Kumar Reddy. N. Venkat Sai. Navya Reddy. G. Ajit Kumar. S. Ananya Reddy. Likita. Gayatri. Sai Vanilla. B. Lokesh. Yashwant Chaudhary. Dheeraj. Kirtana. Harshita Reddy. Kambam Saket. Gangarapu Nagamani. R. Sai Deepak Reddy. Sudhir Lakozu. Pallampati Sri Lakshmi Arsita. Venkat Sai. Pawan Kumar. Sagar. Guvala Nandavardhan Reddy. C. Navya. Prudvi Krishna, Vishnu Sai, Jyoti Prakash Reddy, Boya Venu, Gorla Sai Likita, S. Ragini, Abhireka, Janavi, Shravani, Sheikh Mohammed Wali, Sunita, Pooja, Lahari, Chandra Kishore, Sujay Kumar, Dhanush, Monisha Monali, Bolisetti Pavan, Nandivardhan Reddy, Sheikh Tanveer, Venkata Akil, Sri Harsha, Varshik Reddy, Sindhu, Shruti, Harita, Nagasai, Rohika Reddy, Nagavinisha, Divyasri, Himabindu, Yashwant, Sai Hemant, Sai Vanaza, Raghav Sai, Kishore, Abdul Aziz, Arshia Taj, Syed Hanifa, G. Harshita, Dheeraj, Reddy Harshita, Shravya, Ramya, Sanuhya, Vishnu Vardhan, Gautam, Susmita, Prashant, Sai Kumar, Lakshmi Priya, Naga Pujita, Meghana, Teja Deep, Muhammad Hussain, Bhavana, Maunika, Joseph Charles, Poshika, Saundarya, Charan Tej, Jayant, Umesh, Vera Venkata Prasad, Soumya, Pavan, Alekia, Venkatesh, Sajal, Jahnavi, Harika, Bhargavi, Bhavana, Uday Sai, Manoj Kumar, Akila, Bhavana, Sai Tejaswini, Mokshit, Pranavi, Bhumika, Archana, Imran Khan, Tej Gaud, Prem Chandu, Kiran Kumar, Upendra, Tejaswini, Divya, Dharani, Jeevan, Rajesh, Hanisha, Mukesh Kumar, Naveen Kumar, Nichya, Soumya, Eriswamy, Chaitra, Bhavyasri, Tanuja, Ramyashri, Divya, Bhavya, Preeti, Tejachar, Navyashri, Priyanka, Bala Sai Chand, Sri Harsha, Namrata, Abhishek, Nagashweta, Varshita, Sudarshan Suprit, Sumant, Shravya, Rajeshwara Reddy, Somashekar, Kirti, Niharika, Tejaswini, Harshini, Pavan Sai, Kusuma, Arun Kumar, Sahiti, Varalakshmi, Muhammad Rafi, Rohini, Sai Charan, Praneeth Reddy, Shekhar Rahul, Chandana, Kesava Gupta, Dhanunjaya, Sai Priya, Sasi Pritam, Nandita, Surya Vivek, Sandeep Sagar, Pavan Kumar, Nitik Rahul, Sai Pavan, Lavanya, Sridhar Bhatt, Yashaswini, Maheshwar Reddy, Sumanjali, Sunil Kumar Reddy, Harshavardhan Teja, Amir Khan, Pavani, Vaishnavi, Ritik, Meghana, Deepika, Jagadish, Mahalakshmi, Rajesh, Homakiran, Trushita, Mohit Reddy, Yashwant Srinivas, Pooja, Pallavi, Sunanda, Prudvi, Shreyas, Sneha, Vinay Kumar Reddy, Rajesh, Karunakar, Anil Kumar, Shreya, Shivaram, Krutika, Sandeep, Manivarma, Sai Chandana, Rupika, Priyanka, Sri Charan, Harshavardhan, Venkata Ganesh, Yogesh, Venkata Manasa, Bhumika, Hemant Sai, Umesh Chandra, Bhargav, Dheeraj, Dhanush, Kirtana, Pujitavalli, Ushodaya, Ajita Reddy, Pavan Sai, Badrinath, Likita, Yashoda, Sai Sandesh, Samyukta, R. Likita, Ganesh Reddy, Jagdish Kumar, Vinay Raju, Manideep, Prasanna Lakshmi, Satyaram Kumar, Karthik, Vamsidhar Reddy, Ritvik Sekhar, Supraja, Joseph, Jesit Edidva, Geetika, Satish. Thank you.
So MTech VLSI Design, Musra Akil Reddy. BTech Electrical Electronics Engineering, S. Jagadish. Yes, Jagdish. Musa Akil Reddy is there. Okay. Yes, Jagdish. Sai Dheeraj, B.Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering. Hemchand Royal, Dharani, Aravind Reddy, Swai Sarup, Manichandana, Harshavardhan, Vishnuvardhan Reddy, Sunku Nikhil, Vinay, Venkatavashit, Lingabadina Pradeep, Kalluri Sivakumar, Mohan Maleshwar, Venkata Nivas Reddy, Likith Kumar, Gopi Krishna, Sai Srisha, Gopi Krishna, yeah. Sai Teja, Venkata Kartikeya, Manjunath Reddy, Ganesh Reddy, Madhu Sai Nayak, Pavan Kumar, Vikram R, Ramayana Manusha, Avaru Charan Kumar, Nallapreddy Swati, Manjunath Reddy, Sneha, Alekia, Tarun, Tarun, Soumya Sri, Ravi Kiran, Adarsh Kumar, Navya, Nikita, Ruchita, Uttej, Prithvi, Pinni Likita, Bhogavamshi, Padmaja Yadav, Jollu Vamshi, Charishma Kiran, Navya Kala, Shravani, Sai Monica, Sai Tejdeep Kumar Chaudhary, Vinay Kumar, Sai Ram, Prithvi, Srinivasulu, Rahul, Nagar Niharika, Bandi Manjunath, Vamshidhar Reddy, Aniruddha Havaldar, Punit Kumar Reddy, Muni Pujita, Kavya, Bellam Manideep, Harish Babu, Sheikh Altaf, Kushika, Kavali Ganesh, Shelam Raj, Manisai Nikhil, Challa Divya Teja, Sai Maulika, Varun, Pranav Kumar Reddy, Kalyan Kishore, Meghashri, Purnachandra Sai, Sai Vittal Vamshi, Manoj Kumar. Kavana, Manoj Kumar. Sri Karthik, Naman Karwa,
Admission to the degrees in absentia.
Mr. Chancellor, I now request that the candidates whose names are herewith submitted be admitted to their respective degrees in absentia.
In the name and on behalf of Board of Management of GITAM, deemed to be university, I admit these candidates in absentia to their respective degrees in the university, and in token of thereof permit the registrar to present them their degrees and authorize them to wear the stoles ordained as the insignia of their degrees.
Signing the record of degrees by the Chancellor. Vote of thanks.
I move that the thanks of the convocation be tendered to Professor Sarit Kumar Das for the address.
I second the motion.
Dissolution of the convocation. National anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Retreat.